Welcome to the second part of the lecture about Heidegger's question concerning technology. Let's begin with a little bit of humor with a meme about Heidegger. Let's go over the main ideas that we discussed in the first part of the lecture. We learned that technology is a way of revealing, that is, it is a way of thinking, perceiving, and interacting with the world. Technology is not just an instrument, a mere means to an end, nor a human activity. These are just correct definitions, but not its true essence. Modern technology has a particular way of revealing, which is called challenging and enframing. Challenging orders everything as a standing reserve. Human beings do not control this way of revealing. Heidegger suggested that even the human being is transformed into a standing reserve by modern technology. However, he also said that precisely because man is challenged more originally than are the energies of nature, that is, into the process of ordering, he never is transformed into mere standing reserve. So the question is still open, and today we are going to study in detail another passage where he says that the human being is transformed into a standing reserve. In today's lecture, we're going to study the following main ideas, among others. One of the objectives of the text is to establish a free relationship to technology. Kuckelberg explains that once we understand enframing and the essence of technology, then we are already more free. When we once open ourselves expressly to the essence of technology, we find ourselves unexpectedly taken into a freeing claim. The danger of modern technology is the rule of enframing, not technology itself. Heidegger is not against technology. The realm of art may provide a realm in which we can reflect on the non-technological essence of technology, as Kuckelberg explains. Now, the way of revealing of modern technology is challenging, and challenging is enframing. Enframing means the gathering together of the setting upon that sets upon the human being, that is, challenges her forth to reveal the real in the mode of ordering as a standing reserve. Enframing means the way of revealing which holds sway in the essence of modern technology and which is itself nothing technological. The human being in the technological age is in a particularly striking way challenged forth into revealing. That revealing concerns nature above all as the chief storehouse of the standing energy reserve. Enframing is different from the way of revealing of bringing forth. Producing and presenting, which, in the sense of poiesis, lets what presents come forth into unconcealment. This producing that brings forth, for example, the erecting of a statue in the temple present, and the ordering that challenges now under consideration are indeed fundamentally different, and yet they remain related in their essence. Both are ways of revealing of aletheia. Enframing is beyond an instrumental definition of technology. In enframing, that unconcealment comes to pass in conformity with which the work of modern technology reveals the real as a standing reserve. This work is therefore neither only a human activity nor a mere means within such activity. The merely instrumental, merely anthropological definition of technology is therefore in principle untenable. Modern science and nature. The human being's ordering attitude and behavior displays themselves first in the rise of modern physics as an exact science. Modern science's way of representing pursues and entraps nature as a calculable coherent of forces. Because physics, indeed already as pure theory, sets nature up to exhibit itself as a coherent of forces calculable in advance, it therefore orders its experiments precisely for the purpose of asking whether and how nature reports itself when set up in this way. Physics will never be able to renounce this one thing, that nature reports itself in some way or other that is identifiable through calculation, and that it remains orderable as a system of information. The modern physical theory of nature prepares the way not simply for technology but for the essence of modern technology, for such gathering together which challenges the human being to reveal by way of ordering already holds sway in physics. Modern science's way of representing pursues and entraps nature as a calculable coherent of forces. Because physics indeed already as pure theory sets nature up to exhibit itself as a coherent of forces calculable in advance, it therefore orders its experiments precisely for the purpose of asking whether and how nature reports itself when set up in this way. Then Heidegger explores the relationship between destiny and history. It is from out of this destiny that the essence of all history is determined. History is neither simply the object of written chronicle, nor simply the fulfillment of human activity. That activity first becomes history as something destined. And framing is an ordaining of destiny. The essence of modern technology starts the human being upon the way, of that revealing through which the real everywhere more or less distinctively becomes a standing reserve. To start upon a way means to send in our ordinary language. We shall call that sending that gathers, which first starts the human being upon a way of revealing, destiny. And framing is an ordaining of destiny, as is every way of revealing. Destiny and freedom. Always the unconcealment of that which is goes upon a way of revealing. Always the destiny of revealing holds complete sway over the human being. But that destiny is never a fate that compels. So destiny is not the same as having a determined fate. For human being becomes truly free only so far as she belongs to a realm of destiny and so becomes one who listens and hears, and not one who is simply constrained to obey. The essence of freedom is originally not connected with the will or even with the causality of human willing. The essence of freedom is connected with listening. Freedom and truth. Freedom governs the open free space in the sense of the clear and lighted up, that is, of the revealed. It is to the happening of revealing, that is, of truth, that freedom stands in the closest and most intimate kinship. All revealing belongs within a harboring and a concealing, but that which frees the mystery is concealed and always concealing itself. All revealing comes out of the open or free, goes into the open or free, and brings into the open or free. The freedom of the open consists neither in unfettered arbitrariness nor in the constraint of mere laws. In this point Heidegger is taking a distance from the conception of freedom defended by Rousseau and Kant, as autonomy, as giving to oneself laws of behavior. Freedom, says Heidegger, is that which conceals in a way that opens to light, in whose clearing there shimmers that veil that covers what comes to presence of all truth, and lets the veil appear as what veils. Freedom is the realm of the destiny that at any given time starts a revealing upon its way. When we consider the essence of technology, then we experience enframing as a destiny of revealing. In this way, we are already sojourning within the open space of destiny, a destiny that in no way confines us to an stultified compulsion to push on blindly with technology, or what comes to the same thing, to rebel helplessly against it and curse it as the work of the devil. Quite to the contrary, when we once open ourselves expressly to the essence of technology, we find ourselves unexpectedly taken into a freeing claim. Endangerment of human existence by destiny. Since destiny at any given time starts the human being on a way of revealing, the human being thus underway is continually approaching the brink of the possibility of pursuing and pushing forward nothing but what is revealed in ordering, and of deriving all her standards on this basis. Through this the other possibility is blocked, that the human being might be admitted more and sooner and ever more primely to the essence of what is unconcealed and to its unconcealment, in order that she might experience as her essence the requisite belonging to revealing. But what is the danger of the destiny of revealing? In whatever way the destiny of revealing may hold sway, the unconcealment in which everything that is shows itself at any given time harbors the danger that the human being may misconstrue the unconcealed and may misinterpret it. Thus, everything that presents appears in the light of a cause-effect coherence. Nothing is mysterious anymore. As Weber says, the world becomes disenchanted. Everything is defined in terms of the causality of making, without ever considering the essential origin of this causality. The unconcealment in accordance with which nature presents itself as a calculable complex of the effects of forces can indeed permit correct determinations, but precisely through these successes the danger can remain that in the midst of all that is correct the true will withdraw. The destiny of revealing is in itself not just any danger, but danger as such. When destiny reigns in the mode of enframing, it is the supreme danger. This danger attests itself to us in two ways. As soon as what is unconcealed no longer concerns the human being even as object, but does so rather exclusively as a standing reserve, and the human being in the midst of objectlessness is nothing but the orderer of the standing reserve, then she comes to the very brink of a precipitous fall. That is, first, she comes to a point where she herself will have to be taken as a standing reserve. Meanwhile, the human being, precisely as the one so threatened, second, exiles herself to a posture of lord of the earth. As you can notice here, Heidegger states that the human being comes to a point where she herself will have to be taken as a standing reserve. While the human being will have to be taken as a standing reserve, she exiles herself as lord of the earth. In this way, the impression comes to prevail that everything the human being encounters exists only insofar as it is her construct. This illusion gives rise in turn to one final delusion. It seems as though the human being everywhere and always encounters only herself. In truth, however, precisely nowhere does the human being today any longer encounter herself, that is, her essence. The human being stands so decisively in subservience to a challenging force of enframing that she does not apprehend enframing as a claim, that she fails to see herself as the one spoken to, and hence also fails in every way to hear in what respect she exists in terms of her essence, in the realm of an exhortation or address, and thus can never encounter only herself. Enframing banishes the human being into that kind of revealing which is an ordering. Where this ordering holds sway, it drives out every other possibility of revealing. Above all, enframing conceals that revealing which, in the sense of poiesis, lets what presences come forth into appearance. Where enframing holds sway, regulating and securing of the standing reserve mark all revealing. They no longer even let their own fundamental characteristic appear, namely, this revealing as such. Then framing that challenges not only conceals a former way of revealing, bringing forth, but it conceals revealing itself, and with it, that wherein unconcealment, that is truth, comes to pass. And framing blocks the shining forth and holds sway of truth. The rule of enframing threatens the human being with the possibility that it could be denied to her to enter into a more original revealing and hence to experience the call of a more primal truth. The destiny of revealing is the extreme danger. What is dangerous is not technology. There is no demory of technology, but rather there is the mystery of its essence. The essence of technology as a destiny of revealing is the danger. The transformed meaning of the word enframing will perhaps become somewhat more familiar to us now that we think enframing in the sense of destiny and danger. But as Hölderlin says in his poem, where danger is, grows the saving power also. To save is to fetch something home into its essence, in order to bring the essence for the first time into its genuine appearing. The essence of technology must harbor in itself the growth of the saving power. It is technology itself that makes the demand on us to think in another way what is usually understood by essence. The essence of a thing is the way it essences or unfolds. All essencing or unfolding endures. Only what is granted endures. That which endures primarily out of the earliest beginning is what grants. At this point the footnote 24 of the translator is useful. He says, "Gewähren ordinarily means to be surety for, to warrant, to vouchsafe, to grant." In the discussion that follows, the verb was translated simply with "to grant." But the reader should keep in mind also the connotations of safeguarding and guaranteeing that are present in it as well. The granting is the saving power. Every destiny of revealing comes to pass from out of a granting and as such a granting. For it is granting that first conveys to the human being that share in revealing which the coming to pass of revealing needs. As the one so needed and used, the human being is given to belongs to the coming to pass of truth. The granting that sends in one way or another into revealing is as such the saving power. For the saving power lets the human being see and enter into the highest dignity of her essence. This dignity lies in keeping watch over the unconcealment, and with it from the first the concealment, of all coming to presence on this earth. Danger and the saving power. It is precisely in enframing, which threatens to sweep the human being away into ordering, as the supposed single way of revealing, and so thrust the human being into the danger of the surrender of her free essence. It is precisely in this extreme danger that the innermost indestructible belongingness of the human being within granting may come to light, provided that we, for our part, begin to pay heed to the coming to presence of technology. The saving power and observing the essence of technology. The coming to presence or essential unfolding of technology harbors in itself what we least suspect, the possible arising of the saving power. Everything then depends upon this, that we ponder this arising and that recollecting we watch over it. How can this happen? Above all through our catching sight of what comes to presence, or the essential unfolding in technology, instead of merely staring at the technological. So long as we represent technology as an instrument, we remain held fast in the will to master it. We press on past the essence of technology. The essence of technology and truth. The essence of technology is in a lofty sense ambiguous. It involves both destining and granting. Such ambiguity points to a mystery of all revealing, that is, of truth. The irresistibility of ordering and the restraint of the saving power, the granting that needs and uses the human being for the safekeeping of truth, draw past each other like the paths of two stars in the course of the heavens. But precisely this, their passing by, is the hidden side of their nearness. The question concerning technology is the question concerning the constellation in which revealing and concealing, in which the coming to presence of truth comes to pass. The coming to presence or essential unfolding of technology threatens revealing, threatens it with the possibility that all revealing will be consumed in ordering and that everything will present itself only in the unconcealedness of a standing reserve. Human activity can never directly counter this danger. Human achievement alone can never banish it. But human reflection can ponder the fact that all saving power must be of a higher essence than what is in danger, though at the same time kindred to it. The saving power and art. Because the essence of technology is nothing technological, essential reflection upon technology and decisive confrontation with it must happen in the realm of art. Certainly only in reflection of art, for its part, does not shut its eyes to a constellation of truth, after which we are questioning. Heidegger emphasizes the ancient concept of art. But may there not perhaps be a more primarily granted revealing that could bring the saving power into its first shining forth in the midst of the danger? A revealing that in the technological age rather conceals than shows itself? There was a time when it was not technology alone that bore the name Techne. Once that revealing that brings forth truth into the splendor of radiant appearance also was called Techne. There was a time when the bringing forth of the true into the beautiful was called Techne, and the poiesis of the fine arts also was called Techne. I hope this lecture was helpful to understand Heidegger's question concerning technology, and to complement a rigorous reading of this essay. Remember that on Thursday, June the 8th, you should submit through a corresponding Brightspace assignment your answers to the review questions number 1, 2, and 3, and discussion questions number 1 and 2 of the page 49 of Introduction to Philosophy of Technology. Tomorrow I will post the lecture about the thesis of a philosophy essay, so you begin preparing your first essay. Have a good day.